I got a 2018 Jeep Compass, and I'm gonna be removing the bumper. So I start by taking out the fender. You just have like some of these are screws, and then some are those pop out plastic things, and you just have them, you know, going around here and then there and here. Those were like little plastic nuts. And then you have under the car going across about, say, about 5 or 6. They are torque bit nuts. And then I'm not sure if I had to take this off, but I just did. It just same thing, has a bunch of these plastic pieces you pop out. And then here the upper grill had torque nuts on them. The end pieces had the plastic pieces. So after you remove the fender liner, you have right there one nut, and then you can start popping out this piece right here. I just popped it enough, just past the line of the bumper. So when you remove the bumper, but yeah, so you only had the one nut in here, and then you had one right there where I'm shining the light. You had one there too. Side note, when you take off this piece of trim here, you just squeeze that with like a pair of pliers and it comes out. But then you also have this little tab here on the back end. You push it in and then it pops out. So after you take out both fenders, the fender liners, like I said, those 2 bolts, you had one there and one up there. But once you take the one at the bottom on both sides, and then those 5 or 6 nuts that I was talking about that go along the bottom, the bottom portion of the bumper just snaps right off like this. So the last thing before removing the bumper is you gotta disconnect this main harness right here. It was kind of tricky. I actually broke the tab that's right here on the side. It's really weird. There's some kind of circle thing right here in the middle, and it's supposed to spin while it disconnects. I kept trying for like 5 minutes, and then I used a pair of pliers to squeeze this piece upward, and it snapped the tab, but it did come apart. And then after that, it just pretty much will come right off. And I'm actually gonna have to remove this fog light to put it on the new bumper, well, the new used bumper I got, because that one is missing it. So pretty much you just have to disconnect the connectors. It has a few nuts or bolts, whatever you want to call them, to take off, and it comes off. I'm also gonna have to replace the radiator because it's actually broken, so I'm gonna figure that out and put that in the video too. Alright, so you got this little plastic bracket. You got just the one screw, and then you can just wedge a flathead screwdriver like right there and then at the bottom, and it'll pop right off just like I did on this side. You also remove this bolt that holds this plastic pipe onto this shield that's kind of connected with the radiator. So I also undid that bolt just so this thing can move outward, so I have more space over here by the radiator. I also removed the headlight, which was that bolt. This one right here, that it's still on because the plastic piece was broken off, but you were gonna have to remove that if it's not on your car broken. And then there's one up here too, and you just got that connector, which is in the back. You got this one, which is right there, and you have a little plastic holder that goes in there, which is that piece. And then your headlight will come off. And this purple connection is right up here. You're gonna disconnect that because it's connected to this plastic shield thing that is also connected to the radiator. Yeah, I'm thinking it's like the shield for the radiator or something. Okay, so you got this bolt right there, you gotta undo. You got one here. You're gonna have to undo this on your car if it's not broken. On mine it is. And then this one right here too, so far. So next you have a screw up right there, and then one up there, and then this piece just pops out with, you know, you might need to put in like a flathead screwdriver, and then it just pops right out. Same thing on this side, the top one and the bottom one, you undo the nut, and then it just kind of, you can pop it out with a flathead screwdriver. You have two little, one here and one at the other end. You just squeeze it together, and then this front part should just slide right off. So that plastic clip just holds in the two pipes that, you know, were connected to the front of the radiator, like right behind over there. So you just shove a flathead in there and it pops open like that, and then they come right out. You have one more pipe, which is this one right here, and it just had a steel like snap ring right here, and you just shove your flathead in there and you pop it off. And then what I did, I put a flathead against the ridge like right here, and I whacked it, and it just popped right out. And then you can remove the whole radiator assembly without having to remove the bumper or this plastic cover part that goes on top. So these side shields or whatever they're called, I gotta replace them both because they were both broken. So if you have to also do that, it's just these little plastic cap things You just snap them off with a flathead screwdriver, or if you actually have that specific tool. And then you gotta pull this out, and it's gonna be another one here you pull out, and one here you pull out, so you can swap those out.